It smells like gasoline in this car. And you know what? You know what pisses me off is why, if gasoline is bad for you to inhale and like huff in, why does it smell so damn good? Because this car smells amazing right now. Like, if it's bad for you, it shouldn't smell this good. If I lose brain cells because I'm huffing gasoline, it's not because I'm addicted to it and want to get high. I just really love the smell of gasoline. Alright, today I'm doing a little solo lift because a fat ass over here decided he wanted to go to Brazil. But I'm gonna take more of a, I guess, a different sort of tone with this video. I just want to talk about what getting bigger naturally kind of looks like. You know, I mean, you can sort of take advice from me, I guess. I don't think I'm doing too bad for myself. I mean, I might not be doing great, but it ain't bad. And really, the gist of it comes down to, it's pretty close to what you're going to be doing if you were on steroids. But like most of us out there are not, like most of the lifters out there, besides most of the ones you see on social media, you can't trust the ones on social media. But you can trust me, that's okay. Are on steroids. Like, everyone's a fake natural. That's just how it is. But not me, okay? You guys can trust me. Anyways, most lifters out there are actually natural. And I feel like everyone thinks that their physique looks like shit because everyone they see on the internet is actually like a fake natural, right? And just, if you get past that, what we want to do to build muscle is, it's really fucking simple, okay? It's just, so many people preach like, oh, you gotta have this like certain range of motion, you really gotta focus on either coming up with it or really going down with it. And so many people have so many different takes on that. Just lift till you can't lift anymore, okay? Make sure you train every single muscle group and go till failure with every single muscle group at least like 5 or 6 times in a set, right? All this stuff, like, you can increase how many gains you get by like 2 or 3% if you focus on maybe going down more than going up. But truly, where most of it lies is just pushing yourself till you can't push yourself anymore, okay? And eating a lot of protein. Because if you get those gains from pushing yourself, and you really gotta push yourself, okay? You gotta push yourself till your fucking brain doesn't let you push yourself anymore. That's how you get big. You gotta really want that shit to get big. You gotta fucking want it, okay? And you also gotta eat good. 50%, actually, I see the way 50-50, like 50%'s the gains and 50%'s the way you eat. But I think it's probably more 60% the way you lift and 40% the way you eat, because you can lift really well and eat like shit and still get gains, but you could eat really well and never lift, and your body's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to put this extra protein to muscle, because it's like, you don't really need it for muscle because you're not lifting anything heavy, so your body doesn't force itself to. So I would definitely say it's definitely more about the way you lift, but it's also very heavily about the way you eat, because if you lift like really well, you might only get a little bit of those gains if you're not getting your protein in. So really focus on getting your protein in. I am what am I right now, like 185. I'm cutting right now. I'm eating about 2,500 calories, and I'm still getting over 200 grams of protein in. So really overemphasize the protein. And I hear so many people talk about like, oh, you Americans actually overeat on their protein and we don't really need all the protein. There have been no bad side effects observed from overeating on protein other than a loss of appetite and less of a will to, or less of a like of eating. And if you're cutting, that's exactly what you want. You want less of an appetite. So really, those are 2 more positives. Maybe if you're bulking, that kind of sucks. It's not the best, but you can power through a loss of appetite pretty easily. And you're not gonna put on like heavy fat stores. Now, of course, extra protein is gonna be converted to fat, but like it's better to have extra protein then not enough protein, and the other fat and carbohydrates that you overate get converted to fat, and you're low on protein. So it's just better to err on one side over the other. That's just my take on it. So overeat almost on protein, go till failure on every set. Not every set, actually not every set, but go to failure on every like muscle group that you hit. What I like to do, I do a bro split, which is basically just chest day, a back day, an arm day, and a skip day, because we don't hit legs. No, I'm just kidding. You're a bitch if you don't hit legs. I hit legs. It doesn't look like I hit legs, but I hit legs. I don't know. It's really just, it's quite sad. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, right, what my workout looks like. Okay, so I do my first 2 sets. I do 3 sets of like an exercise. So like bench press, I'll do 3 sets. Incline bench press, I'll do another 3 sets. And like maybe rows, I'll do 3 sets, but that's all like a different day. Anyways, my first 2 sets of that, I usually like to go to 10 to 12 right before failure. Like if I'm feeling like I'm gonna hit failure on 11, I might stop at 10, or if I feel like I'm gonna hit failure on 13, I might stop at 12. It doesn't really matter. Like it doesn't really matter. People overestimate like what a set does. It's more just like time under tension, and 8 to 12 or anywhere from like that area is usually gives your muscle enough time, but not too much time to where it's more hypertrophy training and not cardio training. So it's technically not 8 to 12 that makes it right, but 8 to 12 will get you where you need to be. That's just down to more of a science, but you don't really need to know that. Anyways, my first 2 sets I like to almost get there, and then my 3rd set just push until you can't push anymore. And what helps even more is if you have somebody to spot you for 2 or 3 extras, to get 2 or 3 extra sets out after you've hit failure. That is like the complete failure of the muscle, and is really forcing your body and telling your body, hey, we're doing something that requires more muscle than I actually have. We're gonna need to put on more muscle to complete this task next time. And that's how you grow. Okay, now you're not gonna grow, or you can grow, but you're not gonna grow very much in a calorie deficit, but you are going to lose fat in a calorie deficit, right? And your muscles are going to look better once you do, because you're dropping the fat around your muscle, and your muscle pops more, your muscle's more visible, you're gonna look better. Now, so many people are talking about, I don't know, it's just so much bullshit on the internet. Like, oh, I can't lose weight on a calorie deficit. It's physically fucking impossible not to lose weight on a calorie deficit. And the same goes for people that's like, oh, I have a fast metabolism. No matter how much I eat, I can't put on muscle. Eat more. Eat more. That's not possible. If you're putting in more calories than you're putting out, you're going to gain weight. You're going to gain muscle. You're going to gain fat. But you are going to gain weight. It's just not possible to eat more than you're putting out and not gain weight. So eat more, track your calories. No matter if you want to bulk or if you want to cut. Now you can eyeball it a little bit more with bulking, because it doesn't have to be as down to like a metric. But if you want to see like where your maintenance is at and how much you need to eat to gain more weight, I don't know, try eating like 2,800 calories, track that for 2 weeks, see if you gain weight or lose weight. And if you're stayed the same, that means you probably need to up it to 3,000 or 3,200 calories. And if you lost weight, you probably need to up it even more to like 3,400 calories. And the same goes for cutting. If you want to drop weight, see how many calories it is to where you don't gain or drop weight, and then drop weight from there, or drop calories from there, and then you'll drop weight. And if you are looking to lose weight and you find that your appetite, you're always so hungry whenever you're trying to cut down. I mean, hunger is going to come with it. Hunger comes in waves also, so you might be feeling really hungry 1 hour, and if you wait the next hour, you'll feel completely fine. So you just have to power through that. A lot of this stuff is powering through. It's like, if you want to get big, if you want to look shredded, you got to be really disciplined, okay? I mean, you can take Retta. I mean, they haven't really found too many like negative side effects from that. They do say, a lot of people are saying now that GLP-1s actually you cause osteoporosis, where your bones like hollow out. And the reason for that is it's not the GLP-1s doing it. It's people are eating less on the GLP-1s. They're not getting their nutrients. They're not getting their calcium in. So when you eat less, you got to focus on getting all the vitamins and nutrients that you need in, and not just eat like crap because you have no appetite. So the only thing you want to eat is a Twinkie, and that's all you eat all day. That's not good. You're not getting your nutrients. Your body's going to deteriorate from lack of good food. You really got to focus on eating your good food. And what was I talking about before I got into that rant? We were talking about, oh yeah. Also, if you're trying to lose weight and you feel you're hungry all the time, it's probably because you might not be eating the best high quality food. And what has really fucking grinds my gears, okay, is the fact that the government allows for so much shitty food, shitty processed food out there that is just like straight carbs and straight sugar and has no nutrient dense value or anything like that. They're basically just empty calories, like a can of soda or like a hamburger from McDonald's. And we're wondering, now that's not going to fill you up at all, right? Because what fills you up is the fiber and all the vitamins and nutrients you get, right? If you have all your nutrients, if you have all your vitamins you need, you got all your basically like that, right? You got your micronutrients. You're not going to feel as full because your body's like, hey, I'm not in a deficit on something that I really need to survive. So I'm not going to trigger a hormone response. And the hormone response being hunger, right? It's not going to trigger that. But with all this shitty processed food out there, you're not getting the nutrients you need. So after you eat like 2 Big Macs, you still feel hungry because you are lacking a lot of essential vitamins. And people are wondering, oh, why are Americans fatter than before? And it's like, because the food that we eat lacks nutrients. So that is signaling our hormone response to keep making us hungry. So we keep eating, and we keep eating bad food that's not going to fill us up. And you're going to go over your calories by a shit ton, so you're going to be overweight and also lacking nutrients. That's why a lot of American food is just shit. I mean, not all of it's shit. You kind of got to, we have good food here. It can just be hard to search out for, especially if you're poor or in a food desert, which is really unfortunate. And I think our government definitely needs to do more about that, instead of just pushing this narrative all of a sudden that, oh, it's actually okay to be overweight and it's not bad for you, it's not unhealthy for you. And actually, doctors should stop trying to say that being overweight is bad for you. I took this nutrition class, and that's genuinely all they talked about was, oh, anti-fat bias. Being fat is not bad for you. Actually, in some certain cases, some certain very specific cases, if you have a disease, being fat is good for you. No, it's fucking not, right? It's the same thing as why bodybuilders die of heart attacks early on. They're 300 pounds. Your heart can't keep up with that. You're gonna die by the age of 45 because your body can't keep up with how much weight you have on it. And it's really fucking hard to drop weight. It is really hard. I've had friends do it. Daniel did it. He was fat at one point, and he fucking grinded. He was in the right mental space to do it. And it's even harder for people that are 300 plus pounds. It is difficult. So if your nutrition teacher or your government is telling you that that being fat is not actually bad for you and you don't need to change your ways, that's just another reason to stop trying to lose weight. And that itself is going to cause people to die earlier. So we need to stop pretending that shit like this is actually okay, that our government can just push a narrative that being fat is okay because the food that they allow for us to eat is terrible for us. I got off track. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So if you're trying to lose weight, eat nutrient-dense food, eat lots of fiber. If you're not eating fiber and you jump to eating a shit ton of fiber, that's gonna really mess you up. So maybe slowly diet into eating more fiber. But you're eating more fiber, you're gonna feel more full. You eat your vegetables. Genuinely, if you're feeling hungry, like really hungry, and you eat like 30 carrots, you're gonna feel full, just as full maybe, as if you eat, actually gonna feel fuller than if you stuff your face with a cupcake afterwards. Even though the cupcake is 5 times as many calories, you're gonna feel fuller after eating the carrots because that actually provides the nutrients you need. So eat healthy and you will feel less hungry and it'll be easier to drop weight. Now, to actually build muscle, you need to be mostly in a calorie overload, right? You need to be eating more calories than you're putting out, which means you are going to gain weight. With this does come an increase of fat you put on, and that's just impossible to avoid, right? Unless you are on like some fat burning steroid, but we're doing this shit naturally, right? Because we're really about it, okay? We're about that shit. We don't need no steroids to do this. We get big without it, okay? And so you're gonna put on fat, really, no matter what you do. You can limit it. You can limit it, right? If you dirty bulk, you're gonna put on a lot of fat, and a dirty bulk is basically just eating like whatever, like shit, like whatever you want to eat, as long as you're in the calorie, as long as you're eating more than you're losing, and you're gonna put on a lot of fat, maybe not a ton of muscle with that. But you can clean bulk. You can eat just a lot of chicken and rice. You can have more cheat meals than if you were cutting, right? You can enjoy your food a little more. But if you keep it relatively clean, like you eat your chicken, you eat lean meat, you get your carbs in, I would say prioritize carbs a little more than fat, but none of those are the devil. You don't need to avoid one and pick one over the other. But also before your workouts too, pre-workout carbs, amazing, right? Those you can eat like candy for that. That's a fast-acting sugar. You can have an apple, also a fast-acting sugar. Will just make you have more energy, gets broken down faster, a faster release of glucose in the system. There's all around more energy, better for a lift. That paired with some caffeine makes for a perfect lift, even if you're in a calorie deficit, just perfect. But right, so we want to put on weight. Just eat more than you're putting out. Eat a lot of protein. Now, you know, I would say what I do, I might drop the protein a little bit when I'm cutting. Like I might eat 200, maybe 210 grams of protein when I'm cutting, and maybe like 240, 250 grams of protein when I'm bulking. But I don't really change it up too much. I just change up more of the carbs and the fats. And the protein does go up a little bit too, because of course you're gonna need it a little more, right? Because instead of just maintaining muscle, you're building muscle. So you are going to need more, but you don't need to increase it by that much. But then once again, there's not really too many bad side effects of eating more protein than you need. In reality, I think there's none. So I don't know, I would do that with that what you will. Maybe eat a crap ton of protein. It's not going to be bad for you. If anything, it might just maximize your gains, but at some point it goes like this and then just kind of cuts off like that. So maybe you find that where it starts to like even out like that. That's where you need to get your protein intake up to. And you could just, also great thing to do if you're bulking, right, or cutting too, take a step on the scale each week. Do it before you eat anything or drink anything, and do it after you take a piss and once you wake up, right? And that will give you the most accurate measurement of how much you actually weigh, because you do it after you eat, you do it after you drink a half gallon of water. You're gonna weigh a half gallon of water more. So do it before you've done anything in the morning, and that's the most accurate measurement. Also take a picture of what you look like every week. It's good to see your progress. It's also motivation, right? You take a look at what you looked like 3 months ago, realized, holy shit, I put on muscle. That's nice. That's motivation. If you're ever feeling low on motivation, look back a year ago or something like that, see what you looked like before and see how far you've come. Because, I don't know, I like looking at how far I've come, especially if I look at pictures from me like freshman, my sophomore year. I was skinny. I was really skinny. I got bullied for how skinny I was. How many times I heard how much of a twig I was. That wasn't fun. I mean, that was definitely some motivation to go to the gym right there. But looking back on that, I feel great. I'm like, wow, I've come a long way. And I've come a long way without abusing any steroids, which is also nice. Now, I do take creatine, so no, I'm just kidding. Creatine is not a steroid. If you say that, you're an actual fucking dumbass. But no, I'd say the main reason, I mean, a lot of people have different reasons they don't use steroids, but I couldn't give a shit about my health. It's more about I don't got the bands for it, right? I do not got the bands to run a cycle every 8 weeks. I just do not. I can barely afford the gas I'm driving. So, like this video so I can eventually afford to take steroids, but until then I'm in the same boat as y'all. And yeah, I feel like that's the extent of what I had to. Oh, and if also one other thing is, you know, getting steroids is also kind of hard, right? Because there's a cool thing, it is illegal. So can't just walk around downtown asking people for steroids. You could pick up needles from, like, I don't know, this shitty city you live in and stick them in you until one of them is somehow magically some like test or trend or something like that. I really don't think it's gonna be, but there's always a chance it is. So that is one way you could, or another way is you could just say a bunch of bullshit to your girlfriend until she kicks you in the balls, and that lowers your testosterone probably. I mean, I guess it probably would, to low levels to where your doctor's like, okay, you need TRT. Now the bad thing with that could be if you piss her off too much, you might have lower testosterone forever. But that's also good because that means you're going to be on steroids forever. So there's a bit of a trade-off to whether you're going to be able to finish and whether you're going to be able to be on steroids for the rest of your life, right? That's just, I don't know, it's really where your priorities lie at that point that decides the fate in that. But I feel like that's all I really had to say. I'm going to hit a back day and we're going to see how good this pump looks, okay? I'm really excited for this. I got, shit, what do I got right here? Look at this flavor is gas. And I got a white monster, of course, like that shit's mandatory. I got a black wife beater on and a white monster, dude. I'm like 90% of the gym community. I'm genuinely a gym cell. It's gotten bad. But we're gonna go hit a nice ass back day and we're gonna go see how this pump looks. See you there. And one thing I forgot to mention too, take your rest day. You need a rest day. If you work out 7 days a week, your body's not gonna get time to rest. Now I know it can be difficult, especially if you're really committed to the gym, because every time I have a rest day, I get David Lade and the Trent twins pushing like 600 pounds on my fucking For You page. So it's, no, I got it. It's Israel trying to mess with my gains, okay? But you can't let them fuck with you mentally. Take your rest day. 1 to 2 days a week is plenty. Take your rest day. Don't let Masai get in your head. They're trying to kill your gains, okay? Take your rest day. You need it, but you also got to be, this is what I'm talking about too. We've got to be so dedicated with this, and you got to want it, that taking a rest day hurts. That's how you know you're going to get big, okay? If you want it like that, you got to be in that type of mentality to where taking a rest day is a bit not fun because you just love how the pump feels. You love the grind. You love getting bigger. You gotta want it, okay? Now we go hit our back day.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
so far. I'm really feeling the back pump right now. Sadly, the good lighting is taken, so kind of got shitty bathroom lighting. There's no down lighting, and of course, another way to make yourself look bigger is look at this. If I can't lower the exposure here. Look, I don't look that big here. The lighting's kind of bad. If I switch the lighting to somewhere like going down, I look bigger, and if I lower the exposure like this, I look bigger. It's a great way to make yourself look bigger, and everyone on the internet does it, so it's not like cheating or anything. Anyways, let's take a peek at how this pump looks.
You're so hypnotizing. Could you be the devil? Could you be an angel? Your touch magnetizing. Feels like I am floating. Leaves my body glowing. Be afraid. You're not like the others. Futuristic colors. They don't understand you. You're from a whole other world. A different.
You can see getting a little vein action right here, and in perfect lighting, we're even getting, I don't know if you can see it right here. I guess it's not visible today, but like sort of a little bit. You can see I have veins coming in. That's not bad. We like that. We like the ab veins. The cut is cutting. The abs looking better. Look at that. So we still got abs to do. Curl ups, whatever they're called, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of forearms, then some cardio, and call it a day. The cut's been cutting ever since I've been locked back in, got back from college, stopped drinking nearly as much. Drinking kills your test, and also just it goes straight to the gut. It's horrible for gains, but it's such like, I don't know, I probably had a little bit of addiction in college, and it's in my blood. I'm Polish and Irish. And it's like I'm set up to fail. I'm set up to fail. It's in my fucking genes. But I gotta be more locked in. Next year, not gonna drink nearly as much. And I feel like I limit it to once a week, which I don't even think is bad, but it's just horrible for gains, kills protein synthesis by like 50 to 25%. So that means you're gaining 50 to 25% less muscle each time you drink. That's awful. That's horrible. So, another great way to get huge, don't drink. I don't know, do like meth or something. Probably better for you. Better for the gains at least, because they always say Mike Mentzer did meth as like a pre-workout, and I could see how that would work. That seems like an excellent pre-workout. I'm gonna try that shit and then get back to you maybe. We could do like if we ever hit 500 subs, we could do like a meth before the gym day challenge or something like that. If you guys got other challenge ideas, let me know. But I think that's a good one. Anyways, let's get back to the lift. It's a solid chest day. Back day. You know what I like about today and lifts like this is I didn't have work before, so all of my energy just went into my lift. Like when I lift after work, I just feel exhausted already, and it feels like I'm half-assing it, even though I'm putting everything I have into it. It still feels like I'm half-assing it, which it's just demoralizing. It's like I'm putting all my energy into it, but it feels like I'm not putting enough. And days like this where I've done nothing, that's why being a bum is amazing for gains, right? If you don't do anything other than the gym, man, you get your sleep in, you get your, all your energy goes to your lifts, right? And you meal prep better, you have more time for that. So be a bum, Don't get a job. That's also anabolic, bro. Being a fucking bum is anabolic. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, today was a great lift because I was a bum today. I didn't really do anything, although it's only like 3, so there's still time to do other stuff. I actually did my cardio. I got kind of take my word for that because I didn't film it, and I kind of forgot to film my forearm curls, but we did them. And hell, we looking good. We looking shredded, and hey, if you are not looking shredded this summer, you're not where you want to be at. Start that grind now, okay? Because imagine what you look like next summer if you work for it, okay? You will be the biggest on the beach, you'll be the leanest, you'll look great, your veins are popping, you'll be tan, and you'll prime David Lay, Jeff Saye ass physique, okay? We will achieve it, we are going to get there. If you don't have it, chase it, bro, chase it. Why not? Because why not? What else you gonna do? You sit on the couch, play video games? That's all I did this week, and I really just grinded rust. I was a bum, but it was amazing at the gym. So grind for it. Get it done, okay? Is there any other talking points that I should hit up on? I think that's it for today. I guess next time will be either like a chest or arm day because we hit legs recently and there's no way I'm hitting legs again within like a 5 span video, because it's not that I don't hit it, I actually do, it's just it kind of sucks to film legs more than anything else because hitting legs you gotta be like in that like a mental state. Like this pain, like upper body pain, kind of feels nice. It feels like, oh yeah, I'm working for something. It hurts like hell, but it's good. Lower body pain is a whole different ballgame. That hurts. It feels like you're doing something bad, but you just gotta power through. It's like a light day is best, right? A light day can actually be any other day as if you're extremely pissed off about something or you just hate yourself. Those are the 2 criteria for it to be a good leg day. If like, I don't know, if what would be something to piss you off on a certain level, I don't know, if you just got your ass whooped by your best friend or fucking cheated on, I don't know. Those are like 2 criteria for it to be a good leg day. Other than that, that's just not fun. But you gotta power through it. That is the ultimate show of dedication, right? Powering through a leg day with everything you got. It's unlike anything else. But it sucks to film because I feel like when you film something, you're not in the mentality of go, we're doing this, we're doing that. You're more worried about, oh, am I getting the angle right, rather than how I'm going to failure on like bench press or leg press or something like that. So it's just not as fun to film, but still gotta do it. Anyways, eat your protein, and we are getting big. We are big, but if you ain't there yet, we get big next summer. Let's do it.